Good morning. So I am just about to head over to the hospital. Oh, God's sake, what's going on? So I'm about to go over to the hospital for my Pouchogram. So for those who don't know what a Pouchogram is, it's basically they put a contrast dye enema up the backside and they put me into an x-ray scanner. I'm not too sure the kind of form of scanner, but they kind of put me into a scanner. The contrast will obviously sort of disperse into my pouch, and that way they can tell if there's any leaks or complications or narrowing around the pouch. So I've got that this morning. I am nervous. I am not gonna lie about that. TMI, for those who don't suffer with inflammatory bowel disease, you'll probably not know what I mean. You probably won't understand, but due to obviously suffering with ulcerative colitis for many years before having my surgery, and even after my surgery, due to the ulceration of my bowel, anything test-wise, scopes, you know, around that area makes me very jumpy and squeamish, nervous and anxious and very tight. So I'm just apprehensive of what it's gonna feel like. So I did put out on my Instagram, you know, asking for people's experiences. The majority of people that shared their experiences said it's not actually as bad as you think it's gonna be, due to the fact that you've had your rectum stump removed, you've had the diseased part, or as much of the diseased part removed, so it's actually just a little bit uncomfortable. So I could deal with uncomfortable. It's just the reminiscing when I did have the diseased part still in there and I had to have scopes and stuff, and it was really unpleasant. So yeah, so you can obviously understand why I'm a little bit nervous about this procedure. So we're hoping it goes okay. I've been feeling really worried about obviously getting the results of this, but I have a feeling that everything's going to be okay. My surgeon after my surgery, like I said in my post-surgery update, was really happy with how the pouch looked, and he said the operation in his eyes was successful. Obviously we just need to get this done to sort of rule out if any complications have happened during healing, etc. So yeah, I am not looking forward to going out in this weather. It's absolutely pissing it down here in Cornwall today. So have a little look. Yep, it's bloody awful. Anyway, I will keep you guys updated. You guys know how it goes. This is my first ever Pouchogram, and I'm going to be completely open and honest with you on how it went. So I've just had my Pouchogram, and I didn't even know why I was worrying. It was completely fine. Like, it was a little bit uncomfortable, obviously, because I'm filling you with dye, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I had no pain with the tube going up the contrast, and yeah, I am really happy. I looked at my pouch on the screen, it looked really cool, and by the look of the radiologist's face, it looks good. So now I've got to get the all clear for the surgeon, and then it will be scheduling in for the connection. So feeling really positive from that. Like, I don't know why I was even worrying. So for those going for a Pouchogram, there's nothing to worry about. It just feels a little uncomfortable, but no pain. Yeah, I'm feeling really good. So I am just got home. I can't stop smiling. It's just, I was so anxious about this procedure. And when I speak to other people who've had this procedure and obviously had, you know, IBD prior to having their J pouch created, they felt exactly the same as I did. You know, I've spent years suffering with pain and discomfort in that area since 2012. So from 2012 right up until my last scope, which was the start of 2018, I believe. You know, it was very uncomfortable, painful, to the point where you know, I would be in tears and in pain for days after if I had any sort of procedure done in that area. So to go into the room today and have, so for those who don't know, it's they like put a tube up into your pouch and they fill it with fluid. Obviously it's like contrast dye, so that shows up on the x-ray, and you lie on your left side. They pop the, like, it's like a catheter into your pouch. Obviously fluid runs into it, which is the dye, and what they do is they get you to almost like a 360. So you're lying on your left side, take a couple of images, then you move slightly more onto your left side, take images, go onto your front, take images, and you get the gist right until you get back onto your back. And it felt fine. It felt a little bit uncomfortable, not to the point where it bothered me. And I've never had that before. So I'm taking that as a positive. I'm taking that as everything's working fine. I've got a loop ileostomy as well right now. So I've basically got two, it make it easier, I've got like two ends. So I've got two stomas almost, if that makes sense. So I've got one which is coming from my stomach, and that's where my output, that's where my output's obviously coming out of, from my stomach. So that's kind of acting as my, like, kind of like my old stoma, if that makes sense. And then the other opening I have, or stoma, is kind of going down towards my J pouch. So in the next surgery, all they're going to do is get the two parts. Let me just rest that on my knee. Oh my god, it's not going to rest. Oh, it's going to fall. Okay, I've balanced it. They're going to get the two ends that are outside my skin right now and then connect them back together. So from my stomach all the way down to my pouch into my back passage. But you know, I had contrast going into my bag. It was really weird, but it just means that from obviously the top part of the start of the J pouch all the way down to the bottom, like, there's no sort of blockage, there's no sort of narrowing along the way. And by the looks of the scan, I'm not obviously a professional in reading scans, but it looked like it was just, the contrast was just isolated within the pouch, and the rest of the small intestine going up, obviously to underneath my bag. I'm probably not explaining this very, very well, but just have a research online for what a pouchogram is. You'll probably see a better explanation of what it entails. Yeah, I'm just feeling really, really positive from that. I'm feeling super, super stoked. Probably a bit of TMI for you right now, but obviously I haven't used that area in over 4 years now, and they drained as much of the like contrast dye out as they could, but the rest of it I obviously had to get out of myself, and I was able to hold on to it, which was also a very good sign that my muscle sphincters work and they are ready for action. So I am going to celebrate by going to the gym, and I'm going to do 30 minutes on the spin bike and do some of my bodyweight exercises and core engagement. So yeah, today's a good day. I've had a bit of a rough journey with recovery, in the sense of my wounds being a bit stubborn on healing and just been a little bit down. I'm not able to do as much as I'd like to, but it's a process, and I know that I'm realistically not going to be back into doing what I love, you know, properly until probably the summertime. So I just have to hold out for that, and I have to be patient, and just today's a really good day, and I can't stop smiling from it. But yeah, so I'm gonna leave it there, and I am going to head up to the gym. It's no longer raining, the sun is shining. Just feeling really positive right now, guys, and hopefully I get this vlog out very, very soon. So today is Tuesday the 12th of March, and I aim to get this up on Wednesday the 13th. We'll see if that happens or not. But yeah, super, super stoked. Catch you guys real soon.